Pydantic AI's external toolset, paired with DeferredToolRequests and DeferredToolResults, forms the central mechanism by which an agent delegates tool execution to an upstream frontend, cycling through model responses and tool call resolution until a final output emerges. The code structures this pattern around model request carrying a user prompt part, a loop that repeatedly invokes run agent with an evolving message history, and a tool resolution step that maps tool call part entries to front-end functions or raises model retry for unknown calls. The setup begins by declaring front-end tool definitions as a list of tool definition objects and registering corresponding functions in front-end tool functions. Then initializes the conversation with a single model request containing a user prompt part. The loop conditionally accumulates new messages, prints tool call details when the output is a DeferredToolRequests instance, and constructs DeferredToolResults by executing each pending tool call before feeding the results back into the next iteration.
From Pydantic AI import, DeferredToolRequests, DeferredToolResults, model message, model request, model retry, tool definition, user prompt part. From DeferredToolSet API import run agent, front-end tool definitions equals tool definition, name equals get preferred language, parameters JSON schema equals type, object properties default language type string, description equals get the user's preferred language from their browser, def get preferred language at default language, SDR, return ismx #1, front-end tool functions equals get preferred language, messages, list model message equals, model request, parts equals, user prompt part content equals greet the user in a personalized way, DeferredToolResults, DeferredToolResults none equals none, final output equals none, while true. Output, new messages equals run agent messages, front-end tool definitions, DeferredToolResults. Messages plus equals new messages. If not is instancy output, DeferredToolRequests. Final output equals output. Break. Print output calls. Tool call part. Tool name equals get preferred language. args equals default language. N US. Tool call ID equals PID AI tool call ID. DeferredToolResults equals DeferredToolResults. For tool call and output calls. If function equals front-end tool functions, getTool call tool name. Result equals function *** tool call, args as dict. LC. Result equals model retrieve known tool call, tool name R. Deferred tool results, calls tool call ID equals result. Printer final output. Personalized greeting equals Ola, David. Espero que tengas un gran día. Language code equals ismx.
This is the deferred tool execution loop, where the agent runs, returns tool calls to the front end via DeferredToolRequests, and the front end executes them before feeding results back through DeferredToolResults. The loop starts with a model request containing a user prompt part, calls run agent with the current messages and any deferred results, accumulates new messages, and repeats until the output is no longer DeferredToolRequests. The front end maps tool names to local functions via front-end tool functions, executes each call with validated args from tool call, args as dict, and builds DeferredToolResults with the call IDs as keys. The pattern separates tool execution from the agent run, which is the core trade-off. The agent doesn't know the tool results up front, so it defers and the front end fills the gap. This enables tools that depend on client-side state like browser language, which the model can't access directly. The tool definitions list defines what the model can call, while the function mapping is local to the front end. So the same agent can be run from different clients with different implementations. The output type includes both the structured output and deferred tool requests, so the run type is correctly inferred across iterations. Let's break it down.
From Pydantic AI import.
Imports the Pydantic AI package, beginning a from import statement that will pull in specific classes or symbols from the framework.
Def get preferred language at default language. SDR. Return ismx #1. Frontend tool functions equals get preferred language. Get preferred language.
Defines a function that takes a default language but always returns the hard-coded string ismx. Registers that function in a dictionary under the key get preferred language as a tool available to the front end.
Messages list model message equals model request.
Initializes a list variable named messages typed as list model request, starting with a model request constructor call that is incomplete in this segment.
Deferred tool results. Deferred tool results none equals none. Final output equals none.
Initializes two variables to none, one typed as deferred tool results or none, the other untyped, likely to hold tool results and final agent output respectively.
While true. Output new messages equals run agent messages. Front-end tool definitions, deferred tool results.
Repeatedly invokes the agent with current conversation messages, front-end tool definitions, and any deferred tool results, unpacking the returned output and new messages on each iteration.
Print output calls.
Prints the call's attribute from the output object, displaying whatever tool calls or function invocations were recorded during the agent run.
For tool call and output calls. If function equals front-end tool functions, get'll call tool name.
Iterates over each tool call in output calls, then looks up a function in front-end tool functions by the tool's name, binding the result to function.
Print a final output.
Prints the representation of final output, showing its Python object representation rather than its string value.
Personalized greeting equals Ola, David. Espero que tengas un gran día. Language code equals ismx.
Instantiates a personalized greeting with a Spanish greeting message and language code set to Mexican Spanish. The whole thing is a two-phase handoff. The agent runs, returns tool calls and deferred tool requests, and the front end resolves them via front-end tool functions before feeding results back through deferred tool results. That loop repeats until the agent produces a final output that's no longer deferred tool requests. The tool definitions tell the model what it can call. The function mapping is local to the front end, so the same agent can run from different clients with different implementations. This separation is the core trade-off. The agent can't know tool results up front, so it defers, and the front end fills the gap with client-side state like browser language.
The deferred toolset returns ismx greeting David before the browser stammers its own language.